Welcome back, you three people watching. On the last rant, I talked about my childhood traumatization of that rabbit guy, Peter Cottontail, and how it affected me. And when I walked away, I felt really good, kind of getting that off my chest. So I'm going to talk about another quirk that I've got, I guess not mental illness, but probably a mental faux pas, I guess. I don't know what the correct terminology would be. I'm just kind of winging this. Is human contact and human interaction. I'm just not very good with human contact, human interaction. I don't like to touch people. I don't like to really talk to people. In fact, my Uncle Walter, he says to me, it's really not healthy for you to be, not talking to people. And he goes, but I think that talking to the YouTube is really good for you. And he's right. I mean, talking to the YouTube is good for me. So that's why I'm talking to it right now. And that way I don't have to talk to other people. But human contact's another thing. I don't hug. I cannot hug people. I allow myself 15 hugs a month. And when I hug, it's shoulder in, ass out, and it's just tap on the chest. Now I say 15 a month. I allow 3 full frontal hugs a month. But those are for very special people. And this excludes my family, of course. My family gets full frontal hugs. My wife gets full hip and ass hug. I like to grab onto that. But for normal people, for people outside my immediate family, yeah, it's just a shoulder hug, which makes it really tough during these holiday season. It's December. And, because you got all these parties, and I've got to distribute these hugs, kind of evenly. And I can't, blow all my hugs at the first Christmas party. Then when Christmas comes around, I've got no more hugs to give out. And I just like, sorry, Aunt, I can't hug you. I can't hug you right now. I've already given them out. The only saving grace is that New Year's Eve, when the ball drops, technically that's a new month, a new year, so then I'm allowed to distribute my 15 hugs. I usually give those 15 in one big shot at the party, and just get it out of the way. And then the rest of January, I go clean, sober, without any hugs. If I go over the limit of 15 hugs, I get very antsy. My brain just doesn't work right. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about, even though it's good to get that off my chest. Have anyone read the article that Starbucks is now blocking porn on their public internet? Yeah, it's true. And the problem I have with it is, first off, I'm not going to watch porn in Starbucks. I mean, I'm not going to load my gun and then walk around with a fucking hard-on, trying to get a refill on my coffee. Hey, no, I don't need a stirrer. I got this right here. No, I'm not going to look at porn, but I do use porn as a weapon. As I said, I don't like hugs. I don't like close contact with people. So I go to Starbucks to upload these videos. And I go around 5 or 6 o'clock when it's pretty empty, and I go ahead and I upload those videos. For those that don't know, I don't have very good internet, so I can't do it at home. So when I go, it's usually empty, as I was saying. But about 2 months ago, I go in there, and I'm sitting at this long table, nobody in there. I'm at the very edge of the table. I'm doing my uploading, waiting for my video to finish uploading. And 3 chicks, and I think they were from a church group because they were, talking a lot about praise the Lord, and they were going to be planning this big potluck at the church. So I imagine they were from a church group. They come in and sit right next to me. Right next to me. The whole table, there sits 12 people on these tables, and they've got to sit right next to me. And to kick that off, there are 4 tables off to the side that seat 4 people each. So it's like, what are you doing? Why are you crowding me here? Now, I could have gotten up and I could have just moved over to the table, but that would have meant they would have won. And I'm not going to give in to any yoga pants wearing latte, skinny latte drinking, even though they weren't skinny, but they were drinking skinny lattes. They were trying to pull the wool over everyone's eyes, but there was no wool. I mean, yeah, they shouldn't be wearing yoga pants. That's not where I was going with this. I just kind of got on a tangent. So they're sitting right next to me. Now, Starbucks at the time did allow porn, so I used porn as a weapon. Not as a weapon, I would say as a protective shield, so these people could move away from me. And I did, I went to Google and I typed in, bestiality. Up comes the bestiality. I had to have it on mute. I was going to think about cranking it up, but, and I slowly turned the computer. But let me first say, if you ever type bestiality into Google, there's some sick fucking people in this world. I was just using it as protection. I don't do that kind of stuff. I live in Buckley, not Enumclaw. Go Google that if you never heard of that. Google horses in Enumclaw. But I live in Buckley, not that fucking place. And, so I slowly turn it around and she could see, and there's a horse and a goat, and I think they might have even got a cow in there. I wasn't looking. I was closing my eyes really tight. I was just using it. 30 seconds later, they're gone. They moved off to another table. I had my headphones in, even though I couldn't really hear them, but I don't think they were too happy about it. So I used this as my protective shield. But now Starbucks has blocked you being able to search porn on their public internet. What do I do in these situations? Now that I think about it, I wonder if it was me who actually caused that Starbucks policy change. Wow, that just changed everything. I kind of caused my own demise. I flew too close to the sun. I shouldn't have put up the shields that high. I should have just gone to regular lesbian sex. I mean, the bestiality probably pushed it over the edge. I've got some things to ponder now. I really didn't think about that. I can be the own cause of my own demise. But, hey, that's the way things go. I took a swing. I got up to bat. Anyway, you guys have a good day. If you like this, subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. I appreciate it. I really want to get this to 4 people watching. Bye-bye.